Hi, girlies. Welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Elina here.
Hey guys, it's Amanda.
Can you believe that it has been a year of Book Please Podcast?
I can't believe that. It flew by. I feel like we just started it.
I know. And I think too, with all these changes, there's just so many exciting things coming and we're really evolving. And I'm just so proud of us and excited.
And we have our fandom name.
Yes, we finally got to name our fans. So we asked you guys last week if you could help us name our fans because we were not going to be pleasers. We were not going to be bookies.
Or book hoes.
Or book hoes. And it was so funny because somebody actually commented and said bookers like hookers. And I was like, that's the route we're not going to take.
We can't do that.
I was dying. But also, it was funny because we had a lot of people and there were some good options there. But at the end of the day, we went with our own.
But it was like a team effort.
Yes,
no,
it was.
I started it, you finished it.
Yes. So officially our fans are going to be called the Booklets. And we couldn't be more excited.
Yay.
And we're so thankful for you guys for supporting us for this past year. And in honor of our 1 year, we do have some exciting things in the works and coming, but we're going to just hold off a little bit before announcing until everything's set and ready. But we have some things in store for sure.
We love our booklets.
Yes. So we need to get into some shit.
So much shit.
Okay. Why on earth? I don't know. Remember when we were so captured last year when that stupid submersible went down to the Titanic? We were holding our breath, no pun intended, what is going on with these 5 people aboard? It went missing. They were going down to the wreckage in this janky ass little vessel and it imploded and they died instantly.
Crazy.
Now, a billionaire real estate investor is like, no, I'm going to go down there.
Yeah, that's such in poor taste.
Can you imagine? This guy wants to go down on a vessel to the Titanic wreckage, and his main goal is to prove that it actually is safe.
Well, my thing, too, is what are the chances it can happen again?
Oh, very high.
Oh, I'm because they were doing this for a while. It wasn't like these were the first people to do it.
No,
and then
they weren't doing this for a while.
Oh.
Here's the thing. You can go down in a submarine, a submersible, whatever. The problem is the depths at which the Titanic sits is unheard of. You have to, not unheard of, but it's quite difficult to get down there and you have to take a lot of things into account. So basically where the wreckage is, it's nearly 13,000 feet below sea level, which is, it requires a lot to get something down there and survive because of the pressure. That's what happened with the other vessel. It imploded. And there was a contractor actually who worked. The other vessel was from Ocean Gate, which was the company that provided the submersible. The CEO was on it when it imploded. So he died. And basically, there was a contractor who spoke up last year and was like, this shit wasn't even tested for 4,000 feet. And they needed to go 13,000 below sea level. And they fired him for speaking up about it. It was so janky, so poorly done. And now this guy is listen, this shit can be done right, and we're here to prove it.
I'm here to watch it. Go ahead. If you want to be stupid and make us all, record it. Please record it. I want to watch it all. I live stream it.
They tried to record the other one too, but the camera imploded. So basically now they're spending $20 million on this new vessel. It's a different company called Triton.
Help me, I'm poor.
That really,
I'll take that money.
Literally, this is what you're spending your money on. This real estate investor is going down with the CEO of Triton. So he's going to go on it. They're trying to prove that they can do it. I mean,
I'd rather that than strangers.
They've probably been, they said he's been working on this submersible for rather than strangers. But they said he's been working on it for decades now. So apparently, I don't know, maybe they'll actually make sure it's safe and do all the right things and whatever. But apparently this guy, the investor who had the idea to do it, came up with it, called the CEO of Triton days after that one imploded. He was let's fucking go.
My thing too is, I didn't realize. I thought this was something that they offered people that people have done. So it was the first time they tried it, and that happened.
I don't know if it's the first ever mission, and it's not. And I think even the director of the movie Titanic had taken a trip down or something. But like knowing you sign your life away when you do this shit, like it's not that common. It's not like, oh, this is a tour. Like this is an extreme thing. Yeah, exactly. Even one of the guys like brought his like young son. I think he was like 17 or something.
That was so sad.
So sad. And he didn't want to go.
He didn't. Yeah.
And that is what kills me more. I can't. I just remember it like captivated us for so long, and I was sick thinking about it, like when we didn't know what happened to them, and then when we found out.
The memes. I feel like these poor people died, and people came out with these sick memes.
I know.
And I'm like, this is awful.
It was
so funny.
It was both. You didn't know what to do.
I know.
But this is like the epitome of men with like money. They're
I was
like,
gonna say stupid people with money. Like I love when stupid people with money do things.
Yeah. Like, what are you actually doing? Like, yes, we all just watch all these people die. Like, let's go do it.
Let's go risk it.
That is never going to be a thought of mine.
They want to make it into like the Ripley's Believe It or Not. I made
like,
it.
Honestly, it's so dramatic, so stupid. I mean, I wish you guys well. Yes. Prove us wrong. I cannot. Could you imagine being family members with these people? Like, what do you even say? Like, lock up your man. You're not going.
I see it as like too, like if they do this and it's like it works out and they're good, then it's like, damn, like, you know, that could have been avoided. Like maybe they could have figured out a way to help. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, there's definitely a way to get down there. It's just, and even if they do it this one time, it's not always going to be like this. Like there's just so many risks.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I think that's with everything, like skydiving, like all those things, like going on a roller coaster, like the chances are very slim. Be that one screw that'll kill you.
No, honestly, you know, I find that I was so much more willing to, when I was younger, to like do things. I'd be like, oh yeah, one day I'll just like go skydiving one time, like bucket list. Now I'm like, hell fucking no.
Oh yeah, no.
Like the more I hear about shit and see shit, I'm like, there's no way in hell that these things
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
I was watching, I think, Maury or something, and this lady, I want to say she went parasailing or maybe skydiving. I don't know. She was older, but she wanted to do it before she it was on her bucket list. So she was so tiny that she was falling out of it. So she was holding on for dear life.
That would be you.
And I'm just like, no, no, thank you. And she was alone.
Parasailing is so dangerous. It's like you're just like on a little ass rope at the mercy of the wind. Like, what are you actually doing? Like, what are you doing? That's crazy. Also, helicopters. Never getting in one.
Yeah. After
Kobe.
Yeah.
Well, you know what just happened here? That's what proves to me, like, when shit for people like Kobe, like you're gonna let Kobe go down with his daughter on a helicopter, like that should say for no one. The president of Iran just died in a helicopter crash with other high up officials. How crazy is that? You're going to let a president die in a helicopter crash? That to me says no one is safe. No, I know, but no one is safe. Like you would think, like know. This is the most precious cargo. The money is boundless. Your resources, you have the top pilot, you have the top everything, top of the line, equipment, resources, people working for you. So the fact that like you couldn't protect the president says to me like this shit is for no one.
Even with Kobe, like he's done that so many times. Like it literally was like religious for him that the one, it's just, it's crazy. And think about it, driving every day. Yeah. Accidents every day.
I know.
You just never know.
Don't do this to me because I sometimes get in my car and I like think about shit. Like I need to stop going down this hole because I'm going to freak out.
I watch way too much investigation like shows and I'm just like, I left my car unlocked. Someone's going to come in and kill me.
You know what's crazy? I've been having these weird like nightmares. I don't know if it's like something always wakes me up and like Cash is always barking all of a sudden at night, my dog, my son. And he makes me feel like there's somebody in the apartment and I can't sleep after. And then I'm like, where is there a knife? Like where, like what are we doing? What's the plan of action here?
You hear how sick I am?
How sick are you?
I sleep with a sledgehammer next to my bed.
A sledgehammer?
Yes. I had a sledgehammer when I was moving in and I didn't know what to do with it. And I was like, you know what? This is perfect. Stop. And then I'm like, someone try me.
What did your boyfriend say about the sledgehammer?
He's not surprised. I mean, I feel like, because if I think about it, like the kitchen's far.
So it's you, your man, and your sledgehammer, essentially.
Yes. Yes, I will. And he's a deep sleeper. So if someone breaks in, I'm the only one hearing it.
You know what?
I got to take action and I'm ready.
My boyfriend is the same fucking
but don't try
way.
Me.
My boyfriend is the same fucking way. Like he will sleep peacefully, and he does have like he put like a big knife in our nightstand, like a big one.
Then we're kind of like letting people know now where our weapons are.
Well, you know what? Armed and dangerous. So don't come to our house. That's all I'm saying. And there's other things. So just
Pick someone else.
Pick somebody else. Let's move on to the next story, which is not quite at the same level. Okay. Ben and Jen. Dear J-Lo, what on earth is happening with your life? Do we think they're actually not together? Have you seen all these rumors?
Honestly, like I knew they dated like way back when, got back together, and I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it. I feel like he has a strong personality. She has a strong personality. And I'm like, oh, maybe they can tolerate each other because no one else can tolerate them.
I don't even know how strong his personality is. In my head, I see him and I think dopey. I don't know why.
No, he's not like that at all. Which is why I find it so weird that they're together because I feel like he's more, like I've seen a lot of shows that he's been on. He's extra friendly. Oh. Very friendly. Oh. Like definitely big personality for sure.
Okay. So for me, I feel like her real like man was always A-Rod and then he fucked it up. Like I feel like that's the one for her that got away. Like that's the one.
See, I can't see that either. Because he's another one that like he
was like the big beefy man. They matched. They were like both a power couple. They both are good looking. Like he's on her level too. Like
I can see that.
I just always thought that was the one for her. And then he did that pathetic shit after they broke up. Do you remember? He was posting a picture. Like, so basically she left his ass because he was like inappropriate. Like, I don't know if he was actually cheating or just like whatever rumors were out there. And he posted a photo like of his table with him at the table and just empty plates to signify like her and her kids. Like posted a thing.
Do you see what I mean though? Like that shows his personality. I'm just like, okay. I see the kind of guys that she likes, and I feel like she likes someone that can keep up with her, like you mentioned, but like she won't walk all over. And I feel like Ben and A-Rod were both like that.
Yeah.
She's just very strong. I mean, I feel like it's hard to.
Yeah, she is very strong. I feel like she's going through a moment right now where she needs something fresh to come in and like.
And it's not a movie. Stop acting.
Like. You let J-Lo know.
I just saw Atlas and I was like, ugh.
You look. Oh, I want to watch Atlas. It's on Netflix. It just came out.
I did cry, but I cried because of the robot, not because of her.
I'm dead. Yeah, I do want to watch it. So no spoilers.
No,
but
I won't spoil it.
Yeah, her movies are not always the best. I think that she is in a moment right now where like people are really criticizing her, and I think what she needs to do is like go away. Like no,
hide.
Just like just go, go on vacation, like be a little mysterious and like then pop out, like be desirable, be like untouchable, like not you're so available to everybody. It's like overkill. Like take a little step back.
Tease us a bit.
Yeah, like where's the foreplay, J-Lo? You know what I mean? Like so even now this documentary totally flopped. She like really wanted to put this out there. She was all about it. It's about her life. It's like she was claiming that she's never been so vulnerable and open about her journey and everything from young, and nobody would pick it up. So she literally invested in it herself, backed it with her own ass money, and then it flopped. And then remember those critiques? Like the TikToks and Reels have not been very kind to Miss Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I feel bad critiquing her movie now.
No, I'm just saying, like, remember that scene? It's gone everywhere now, all over the internet, where she like has her hair looking cray. And she's like, I remember when my hair is like this. Like, I remember running up and down the street in the Bronx and like.
Yes, it's all over.
Yes. And then like one of her friends from school back in the day, like,
I remember that
posted it and was like, girl, you weren't running up and down the road in the Bronx. Like,
she goes, don't
you
do
were
us like
sitting
that.
pretty in class. Like, nobody, yeah, exactly. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, come on. Listen, I'm not going to discredit her. I think she's beautiful. I think she's sweet, like whatever. Although, actually, there's a lot of talk on the town that she's not very nice to people.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Her kids go to school in South Florida.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yep.
Oh, wow. They have Mark Anthony's face. Like, it's just so
100%.
funny. They do not look like her. And I'm like, OMG, like it must be
that
hard
marriage
when
I loved.
I can't.
See, I feel like it's like one you don't expect.
Yeah.
Like he not I'm not saying Mark Anthony's not like good looking or anything. I'm
Oh,
just
he's
comparing.
not in my
But
book.
well, I'm saying compared to like just think about how he must have treated her, like his swag he must have had to like pull J-Lo. I don't know. That's how I look at it. But I mean, Mark Anthony is himself legend. But yeah, I just.
For me, I don't know. I'm being very superficial about it.
Oh,
So I'm
see.
just being.
Oh no, I'm like love is
I'll
love.
be-
I
I'll
feel like
be-
their love was genuine and like.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I don't know enough of it, so I'm just looking appearances wise, and I'm like that little man for which is horrible. So maybe he was wonderful, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sad too when it's like the father of your kids, and then they have his face too, and then that's not your man anymore.
It's like I had you in my body for how long, and that's who you came out looking like.
Yo, for real. That is really crazy. They do say, though, a lot of babies apparently start off looking a lot like the father and then they change. They say that babies start off, there's this like, I don't know if it's like a wives' tale or it's like actual science, but back in the day, like, when things were different and they didn't have many resources, like babies were born to look a lot more like the father, and then they evolve because that's how the mother would know who the dad is.
What? That's
Like in
biologically
ancient ass
insane.
times.
Yeah.
Like supposedly. So if your kid comes out at first and you're like, this is my man.
Why was there
and a
Maury
baby,
then? They
you
didn't
have
need
hope.
Maury.
Yeah.
All you needed was that little time frame to see if it looked like the dad.
Like, let's take a look, see here. But yeah, I mean, I wish her well. I just think that she's having a moment right now where like she's under fire, like she can't catch a break. And here we are adding fuel to, well, really me, like I'm talking a little bit of shit. So I'm sorry and I apologize.
Well, I just want to say when it comes to her movies, like I loved The Maid.
Yes.
When she played Selena, like that was good too. But I feel like recently, like after that Enough movie came out, it kind of went downhill for me. Yeah, it went down. Exactly.
No, I think that's what it is. Like she's jumping on too much shit. Like be a little more selective. Like you're Jennifer Lopez, you can be like take, quality over quantity. I think that's what it is right now. And I think too, like she has a lot of movies that are like sweet comfort movies, rom-com-y vibes, but not like deeper movies too. So that's why sometimes
like I love sci-fi. So when Atlas came out, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna love this. And the storyline's good. I think the whole thing of it was good, but like just the acting, I like, I can't, it's like reading a book. Like I need to feel it. If I feel like it's cheesy, I'm just like,
Was it like cheaply done, you think?
No, I wouldn't say cheaply done. I just felt like the acting wasn't as believable as I would have liked.
Yeah.
Like she's like having a moment. And I'm like, you're not even crying, lady. Like I can't, how can I cry with you?
Why am I crying for you and you're not doing it?
Exactly.
No, I hear you. Totally. The other miss that we had in Hollywood recently is, and I hate to do it to her, but Little Northwest.
Oh, man.
Northwesty. What is going on? So there was a musical where she played Simba in The Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl, and it's like a concert to film. So it's going to be a film. And she was Simba, and it wasn't doing it for many, many people.
It's one of those things where it's like, you got it because of who you know and who you are.
And who you are, yeah. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of sad because, listen, if she was decent and she could hold it together and she's playing Simba and your parents are extremely, extremely famous, okay. And you know what? It's a selling point for people to go see it. I get it. They're, whatever. However, this girl could not hold a tune in that performance.
It was like a school play.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not a school play. Like, you're playing at the Hollywood Bowl. This is a very big production. It's going to be made into a film. There's so many talented kids who could have slayed this role.
I don't blame her, though. I blame the parents. I blame whoever casted. Yes. Like, that to me is like, and we heard the options of other people that did
that audition.
The
kids
sounded amazing.
Yeah.
Like if she came close, I would have been like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a name.
Yeah.
But I see it. I don't think like I would be like, oh, Broadway, let me watch it because she's in it.
But I think too, I've respected a lot of like casting processes where like there will be people who are like really big names and they really take into account like, okay, not just because you're this person, like, can you really be this role? Can you really fill this? And it was like, she could not even at whatsoever sing that song. And the other thing was, if you notice, like everyone's like really dressed up in their costumes and she's in a robe and slippers. And they said, that I read that she provided that was like hers. Who else would be like, I want to wear, and she's just kind of standing there bopping around like everyone's like in full choreography. And I'm like, if this were another kid, you would not have them in their own robe and slippers, like bopping around, just trying to hit the notes. It was rough. It was
And they could have
rough.
done better with that. I mean, because of who your parents are, you couldn't get like better costume.
And no, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's sad now for her because look at like you push this, or the casting director was like, whatever, googly eyes over you. And then look at now this young kid has to see all this shit come out about her. Like, it's the product of just being like, oh my God, you're amazing at everything. And and you're not.
And this is my issue with like everyone gets a trophy. When I am a big believer that everyone should not get a trophy. If I can't sing, I expect my parents to be like, you could karaoke if you want to karaoke, but you're not going to be a professional singer, and that's that. So I feel like when you come from a family like that, they're like, you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah.
No. Some people are born talented, some people haven't.
Yeah.
That's that.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, definitely there's a line where it's like you want your kid to believe they can achieve anything. But like, and let's say this is her path and she does want to do this. Then you get the proper training and you get them ready
and you
for
have those
it.
resources.
Yeah, like just like when you're playing sports, if your kid really wants to play sport, maybe you don't pull them out of the sport, but you get them lessons, and maybe they don't make the travel team, but they're on rec at first, and they make their way there and they earn it. And she rapped on her father's album and she was great. And I'm like, girl, stick to rapping. And she's also very artsy and creative. That stuff is amazing. But like you said, it's not like we can't praise everything.
Or maybe maybe it was nerves. Maybe she does have like this voice we don't know about. But like you said, like you practice a lot. So you make sure your child doesn't embarrass themselves on stage.
I know, that was rough. And like so many people from the production like spoke out and they were like, what a talent, what an honor to work with North. Like, I'm like, guys, like, are you
Did we
doing
watch the
this
same thing?
for clout? Like, it really
definitely got that clout.
It really was that bad. And you know what? I think if anything, like I was trying to think, like, what are the parents going to say? Because like Kim is all over, like, oh, I'm so proud. Like, of course, that's mama. But I feel like if anything, if Kanye speaks out about it, like he's going to find a way to put this one on Kim for sure.
Yeah.
Like, look what happens
when I got the outfit I picked for her.
Literally, look what happens when I leave her with her mother. Because like he put her on the dopest song and that shit was done so well. Did you hear? It's like, it's your best.
I think Kim was under this.
Yeah. This feels Kimmy. Kimberly Noel. Honey, boo-boo child.
And your aunties didn't do you well either.
Honestly, I cannot. Well,
I wish her the best, though. I hope, if this is a passion for you, you get there, and we're not knocking it.
No, we're just talking a whole lot of shit, and then we're saying we hope you do well.
Child. I don't want her to like.
I know.
Feel, I'm not blaming you at all.
It does feel conflicting because she is young, and it's sad. It's sad. But
I say that, but if that was my child, I'd be like, she fucking killed it.
Your ass up. Just think about one more the like not only the parents our kids are gonna have, but the aunts in each of us. Nobody's gonna mess with our kids.
Like anything you don't want to tell mommy, you tell me. I'll snack someone for you.
You're gonna be that aunt for sure. 100.
What little girl pushed you?
What was her name?
Bumper.
What class was this?
What address is it?
I'm dead. Okay.
Sorry.
So this week we were kind of discussing unpopular opinions. It was just born out of something that I didn't even really tell you yet, but I saw and I was like, am I the only person on earth that feels this way? So we started talking about unpopular opinions and we asked you guys some that you have. And once again, you guys did not disappoint.
Let us hear some.
Okay. It's okay to hold grudges.
100%. Be as mad as you want for as long as you want.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like the grudge and the like how you would define it. I think honestly, if it brings you peace, like, and you need to stay away, go ahead.
Yeah,
like,
if you need to be reminded of like you need to still hate this person.
Yeah.
Keep that grudge.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't hate this one. I definitely agree, and more power to you.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Okay.
So this one's from my partner, car guy, Danny, whatever he is for the week.
Yes.
He said that cereal is better without milk.
I'm dead with that one. I can do like a couple bites, but I need the milk to like have it as a meal.
It depends what cereal. Like, I ain't eating no goddamn Special K. Is that what it's called? Special K?
Yeah.
No, cornflakes or any of that
Yeah.
stuff without milk. Like, it's not Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms. Like, I could be fine without milk.
Yeah. You know what's funny? My boyfriend's unpopular opinion was about food too, because men. So his was that pineapple belongs on pizza.
Oh, that is not popular. That is super unpopular. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I hate it. Like, well, I won't even try it. This is the thing. He tries so hard to get me to try it. And he's like, how do you know if you don't like it? And I'm like, well, if I put soda in your cereal and I say to you, how do you know you won't like it? You're just going to say no because you already know you won't like it. Like, I don't want pineapple on pizza because I already know I don't like it.
I don't know one person that likes pineapple on their pizza except for your boyfriend now. But yeah, no, it does not
And
belong
we're so
on pizza.
Jersey, New
Oh my
York
God,
that
it's
we're like, no,
disgusting.
no.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing for some people.
Honestly, I don't even like when pizzas have too much going on.
If
Like,
we-
I don't,
yes.
too much, like sausage, pepperoni.
A good pizza
too
doesn't
much.
have a
It doesn't
million things.
need all that.
Yes,
Mhm.
correct, honey. And when we order, like we
Maybe it's
literally
an
have
Ohio
to.
thing.
I don't know. We literally have to do like split the pie and do like half with pineapple and half without, just because like I won't even dare. Like I'm not even
Yeah.
pulling that shit off the pizza. It's not happening.
What if it gets wet?
It's
and
probably
neat?
mushy. It's
Oh.
not a good experience, and I don't want to ever find out.
All right.
If I even
If
see
you guys
one
are
of-
having a pizza night, I'm not coming over.
Yeah. Don't worry, you can be on my half of the pizza. Okay,
Wow.
I'm gonna give you one.
Okay.
I have been holding this in for a long time, and people may cancel me. I think you're going to be on my side with this, but people will die for Harry Styles.
That's so funny. Mine are like guy related too. Like,
Yeah. People will die for this man, worship, like literally like pay to lick his sweat. Like there is not one thing, like I don't even just mean like, he doesn't do it for me. Like there's not one thing to me that's attractive about Harry Styles. I'm sorry. Yes, you're talented. You don't need my little ass opinion. Like, it's fine. You're more than successful.
Mhm.
But I cannot, like, if you paid me like $1 million to like go out with him, like I would be like forcing myself. Like I literally find nothing. He might as well be a woman. I'd probably be more attracted to a woman. Like I can't. There's
dead.
nothing about him that does anything for me whatsoever.
I feel like he's tall. That's kind of one thing he has going for
He's
him.
such a little man. I can't even think about.
He's
his
very
height.
tall.
But he's so lanky.
He's thin.
I need a
He's
big
thin,
daddy.
but
I need a
he's tall.
man. Yeah, but still, height doesn't do. If you're tall and you're skinny, I'd rather you be
Oh, yeah.
shorter and a little bit beefier and thick and muscular.
Yeah, I'd rather you have
I
meat on you.
am not
Mhm.
doing it.
I agree. I mean, some women find you could be tall and skinny, they don't care. But he has hair on his head, like a lot of hair. Those are the only positives I can see. But yeah, his
hair is a
doesn't do it for me.
positive?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
there's
lot of hair.
There's some people that have receding hairlines. I mean, I would take someone with that.
I would take that and
Yeah.
then cut it. Cut his hair. Keep
Oh
the
my God, if
hairline.
you cut him, if you cut off his hair, if you cut off his hair, like, I don't think he'd be still like the same-ish.
I'm not into
But
it.
I agree with that. He's not my cup of tea. And he has such a baby face that it's like,
There's
doesn't
nothing
do
at
it for
all.
me. Well, mine
Mhm.
is Ryan Gosling. Like, everyone loves Ryan. And I
Yeah.
think The Notebook made him seem more dreamy than
Yeah.
he is. And I hate The Notebook, so maybe that's why I don't really care
Yeah.
for him either. But I don't think he's like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't, like, if I saw him out, I would, like, not.
I would not
think-
look twice at that.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Yeah, so I don't get the hype, but people are like, oh my God. And then after Barbie, definitely not looking at you.
You know who else is on the level that we were talking about earlier? Timothy Chalamet.
No, I don't get it.
I can't.
I don't
I'm
like
so
his jawline. I
sorry.
don't like any
What?
of it.
How are people like so into him? I find that insane. For me, I'm like, I like a big man.
It was
I
Spider-Man.
like somebody to feel. No, I'm sorry. Like Spider Boy. Like
Spider-Boy.
it's literally like you're just so little. Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be that much thicker than you. Like just too much.
Yeah. You know what it was? Zendaya put him on the map.
Yeah.
She's like,
But
I'm gonna
is-
like him, so everyone else
Is
gonna like
that
him.
is he the one? No, isn't it that other guy?
Isn't that who she did? Oh, I'm confusing
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Yes, it's the other
Oh,
guy.
well, I don't think he's anything special.
That's what
They
I'm
all look
saying.
alike.
I was just thinking of that guy too, but I couldn't remember his name.
Oh, so that's not the guy. So
Isn't
where
that
is Timothy
crazy?
from?
I don't even know, girl. So there's Timothy who's with Kylie, which is crazy.
Why did I think he was?
And then
Zendaya?
Zendaya's man. Look at these bombshell women that these little boys are like.
I
It's
thought it
like
was
they
the
went.
same person.
It feels like they went to the 4th grade, honey, and
Yeah,
they
look it
picked out these men and they said, "You're coming with
I need
me."
to look it up.
Like, what are they doing with these little boys? These bombshell women, Kylie and Zendaya.
They must be funny.
You, girl.
Because think about it, like rest in
I
peace.
can make myself laugh.
Rest in
Okay?
peace,
I'm
Mac
not
Miller, but
doing
like
it.
Ariana dating Mac Miller. Like
Yeah,
that
but
too
he's
was
not
like-
as bad as though because
Okay,
he's not. No, he's tiny. I get it, and I'm not into him in any way. But he doesn't feel femme. Do you see what I mean?
see what you mean. Yeah.
Like Timothy and what's the guy's name?
I know.
Him.
I'm looking him up right
Find
now.
his ass. Zendaya.
Oh,
boyfriend.
Tom Holland.
Yes, that's the one.
He looks just like this.
It's because they're the same vibe. Put them all together and throw them in the trash.
Like,
I'm
tell
done.
me he don't look like.
No, they do, and
That's
it's
why I confuse
crazy.
them. Oh God, I'm
It's
dead.
the same vibes. Like it's too much.
People are gonna be on our comments like, "How dare you?"
Yeah, that's what I'm. No, people feel that way, like religiously about Harry Styles, especially. I feel like, and them. It's just not my. Who would you say like is a celebrity crush for you?
See, I like older. Like
Okay.
I'm like, oh, who can I say? What's the Grey's Anatomy guy?
Eric Dane.
No, the
Okay.
older one.
Oh,
the-
McDreamy.
Yes,
His name is.
it's definitely not Patrick Dempsey.
Yes, it is.
No,
it's Patrick
it's
Dempsey.
not.
That's his name. Yes.
No, that's
you're
not
right.
what I'm talking about.
Oh,
No, now I'm thinking he's not from Grey's Anatomy.
bitch.
I'm so bad
Stop
at
this whole
movies.
bit. Who are the fuck are you talking about? Who? Somebody help.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I got this.
OMG.
George Clooney.
George Clooney.
What is he in?
What on earth? He was in ER.
ER. Okay, I was close.
That's old school. That is for when we were in the womb, honey, boo boo child.
I know.
I can
just like it like
hit it with it. Hit it with it. George Clooney. I think it's
George Clooney.
she got it. She got it.
Guys, I'm so bad at movies, names, faces, everything.
Yep. Now turn that shit off. Okay. Okay. For me, like, so you like an older man.
Yeah, like someone that has like dry humor. Like I love like a Robert Downey. Like obviously
okay.
post drugs.
Post? Oh, post.
Post.
Okay. So I would say like a Joe Manganiello. Like,
oh, beautiful.
obsessed.
Beautiful, man.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good one.
and I love an athlete. Like, definitely. I just like a thick, yummy man. I like him.
You gotta name an athlete now.
Okay. Like, definitely love Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
You know, do.
I was just
And,
happy you didn't say
OBJ.
what's his face. What's
Who?
her man's name again?
Who's man?
Taylor Swift?
Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
No, Travis Kelce's a daddy, but for my celebrity crush, it would be like a Saquon or an OBJ.
Got
it
it,
wouldn't
got
be a
it.
Travis Kelce, but Travis Kelce has a swag, so like it works for him.
So you like the masculine, manly?
Yes. And you know who
Drummer.
has a vibe to me that's like a Travis Kelce? Jack Harlow.
Okay.
He's not I'm not saying crush. I'm just saying
I'm like,
definitely not into him whatsoever. I'm just saying that like you see the white boy, but then they have a swag. So like
Mhm.
that I could understand if like Kylie or Zendaya was like into the little white boy, but it was like a Jack Harlow vibe. But to me, they're still little boys. Like
yeah.
that list that you had pulled up, there was like a list of like top celebrity crushes before, and Ryan Reynolds was like at the top of
He was, like,
some
number
of
one.
those. Like, what on earth in heaven? Hallowed be thy name.
So Ryan Reynolds, personality, fire. Like I love his
100.
marriage.
And
like
him
I
as a
could-
husband.
Yes, I could see that being super attractive. But like if I didn't know him and I went off looks, I just think he looks like a regular white man. Like nothing special.
No. There's nothing special about him except who he is. So that makes him beautiful.
Gerard Butler.
Love Gerard.
Mhm.
Love his accent. Met Gerard.
Mhm.
Hey, Mr. Butler.
Brad Pitt doesn't do it for me
At all.
I'm so bad with names. Titanic, dude.
Leo
Leo
DiCaprio.
doesn't do it for me.
You know, he did it for me when we were young, and he was on that show. What show was it? When we were young, he was on like, was it Growing Pains? He was like, I was obsessed with him. But now
He just still has a baby face. I feel like I grew up and you didn't.
Exactly. That's why it was like, it was okay when he was like back then. And let me see if he was on it. Yep, that was him on Growing Pains.
Oh, it was him?
But yeah. I mean, guys, let us know what your celebrity crush is in the comments. I would love to know.
Yes, and don't judge me on my...
It's all good. The only one for me that was questionable that you said was Robert Downey.
He has his good-looking moments. Like, I like him with, like, his salt and pepper, and he's funny. And,
yeah,
you know, like, yes, he's nothing special, but his personality, I think, makes him a little hotter.
So I have another, actually, unpopular opinion. Let me read it. This one says, Sam and Ron are soulmates. LOL.
Sam and Ron should have never been on the show. I'm so sick of them.
Oh my God. I am dead. I find it so funny. I'm actually caught up on the latest season of Jersey Shore Family Vacation. And finally, because Sam has not been on the show in many years, she pulled herself back. And
No. Angelina brought her back.
That's
all they talk about on the show.
I'm glad you watch it. Angelina needs to chill with giving herself credit. Sam,
she won't let it go.
They've been begging Sam to be on the show, and she didn't want to for a long time. And she removed herself for like, you know, she was like, you know what, I need to distance myself from my mental health, whatever. Like she had a really toxic ex on the show. But I still, for some reason in my sick little mind, like I still like want to see Sam and Ron like look at each other. Like I'm like, you're grown now. Like maybe you're better. You're older. I'm like, OMG.
I feel like Ron still has issues.
No, he has a lot of issues. But it was crazy. I don't know if you saw this, but this was the first time that they saw each other in years.
Yes.
And they had it on film when like they were all under one roof for the first time. So Sam was brought back on the show and they finally put Ron in the mix at the same time, which was like her thing before, like she wasn't going to do it. And now finally they put them together in a room on like one of their little trips in Nashville. It was the most awkward shit I've ever seen. And you can tell that Sammy is so not over her trauma. She couldn't like, if it were me and it's 10 years later and my ex is in the room, I'm going to like make an effort to not make it weird and be like, okay, we're grown. I have a fiance. I'm good. Like I'd give you a hug. I would, not avoid addressing you in the room. She's looking away the whole time. She's hiding her face. She's making these weird ass facials. If I were her fiance, I would be like, yo, something's fucking up here.
She's my least favorite cast member.
She couldn't be normal at all. Did you know what I'm talking about? Did you see the scene?
Yeah, I did see it. And my thing too is like, we all had toxic exes. We've all like it just because yours was on TV. Like, I don't think she went through anything that all of us haven't dealt with.
Exactly. And we've gone through worse, I would say.
Yes.
And you know what? Grow up a little bit. And I was rooting
had
for her.
Kid,
but
he did his own thing. Like, it's just move on.
And she's engaged.
Yeah.
So I felt it was so weird because he was trying to ease the tension and you could feel like, I felt like he was being so much more mature about it.
100%.
And there was a moment where everyone's like, oh, Ron, you hugged everyone but Sam. No, he walked into the room. Everybody got up one by one off the couch and hugged him. And she stayed and sat there and looked away. Of course he's not, like, how's he going to hug her? Like, what, she's not making herself in any way like trying to say hi. She's looking away. She's not. It was so awful and awkward and cringe. And guys, like, even if you don't watch it now, like if you just look it up on YouTube, they clip just that part and you can just feel how uncomfortable it is for so long. And everybody's trying to like break the ice and she just won't like do it. I was like really surprised to the like through the entire episode, like no direct like contact whatsoever, not even one word, like pretending he's not there. Like that was a little bit like she's 36 now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, 35, 36. Get it together, honey.
I could tell she never grew, like, not that she didn't grow up, but she still lives in the past.
Yeah.
It's like, let's move on. Who cares? Like, even, I can't
You're
even
engaged.
bring myself to watch the new one now that she's back because the drama is just about her and Angelina. Angelina's like, oh, now you're able to buy a house because I brought you back.
The drama is Angelina. The drama is Angelina.
Oh, she's always
so
the drama, too.
Annoying.
100%. She's annoying, too.
I like
but
Sammy way better than it because Angelina's just like
no, I feel like
unwell.
Sammy thinks her shit don't stink. Like I feel like she came back like with this like ego that I was just like,
see, I don't think she did.
Oh, I can't
like, what is
stand
she
her.
doing? This ego. She's not really doing anything. Angelina's just threatened by her. Like,
I know, but that scene where they're like all sitting in the living room and she's like bring Angelina in here. We need to talk about something. Like, who cares? I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking sit here and hear your drama again. Like,
Yeah.
address it off camera. Let's move on. Like, I
Yeah.
just feel like it's so, I feel like I'm back to watching
Yeah.
it, and I'm
But
like
I will,
over it.
for me, in my perspective, I feel like Angelina's just like instigating shit out of nowhere. Like,
Oh,
where's she
100%.
pulling the shit out of? Like, it's just for like, I don't know.
She
a
feels like she's gonna be replaced
storyline.
by Sammy, and it's
literally
just like,
relax. Like, you guys are two totally different vibes. The one thing I will say I appreciate though, Sammy, like, didn't go, she doesn't look like she completely changed her entire face and everything. Like, she looks like herself. Like,
I never cared for her. I still,
yeah.
she needs some lips.
Anyway. Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry. I clearly
Is that
don't
what
like
you
her.
say about me?
No, never. You have lips.
Yes, but they're from my mama. So.
Exactly. I don't know. I feel like this season, she just irks me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We can let her go.
Okay, I'm done.
Do you want to talk about Feyre?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about our book instead. We read chapters 21 to 31 in A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. And we were left on a cliffhanger last week. And we started off back at the Weaver's place when she's trying to steal the ring and she's getting out through the chimney. And she was going through it, trying to get out of there and not get caught.
I was like, Reese Poo, how dare you not help her out? He's just chilling.
Reese Poo. And he like hit himself so that she couldn't feel the bond. Like he really, but you know what? This is shit that like Tamlin would have never done for her.
Yep. He's making her be tough.
Yes. He is not coddling her. He's teaching her. And he's like, okay, you want to be treated like everybody else. Like this is what you do.
Yep.
And I really appreciated that.
Yeah. And I feel like she's like, kind of annoys me when she complains about all the stuff that he's doing to test her. And it's like, how else are you supposed to learn? Like, you know, you got to pick and choose. You want to be locked up and like a caged animal, or you want to be set free and learn to defend yourself.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I also think she does appreciate it. And I love to see her growth just overall with these chapters. Like she's reading, they're writing notes to each other. Like her powers are coming to.
I feel like we're starting to see like development of all the characters. You know, we're learning more about Reese and, you know, his people, his friends, the inner circle.
There was one moment that I'm trying to figure out where Feyre like took note of. So obviously there's something happening with Azriel and Moore. And when she made a comment about it, when Feyre commented on it, like Reese was like, I would keep that to yourself. And I was like, why? Why?
We'll find out.
Yeah. And then it was like funny how towards the end, like they were trying to figure out where Moore had gone one night. And I was like, oh, okay, somebody's jealous. So like there's something there.
Yeah, I wonder if Moore was like a traitor at one point. Like I feel like she does things out of pocket that they have to like watch her.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I got from reading it, that it was just like, oh, she a little, you don't know where she's going to be, or like you got to watch out.
But I definitely think they have a little something happening.
Who?
Azriel and Moore.
Or I was going to say Moore and Reese are like family.
Okay. Yeah, no. Azriel and Moore.
Oh, yes, for sure.
And then Reese has been like really taking inventory of Feyre and like her feelings, and like he even said like he was like going to compensate her for her time. Another thing that I picked up on was like he was upset about not knowing when her birthday was. It had passed a while ago. And there was emphasis on the fact that like she said her birthday was the winter solstice.
Yep.
That means something. I'm telling you right now. That's my prediction. That means something. There was too much like.
Yeah, that her birthday's a long day.
Yes, I know. But I feel like it's like the key to something, or it means something, or like she's special because of it. There's something there.
I could see that. They did highlight that and try and like make it stick out. I also want to talk about when she went home.
Yes.
When she saw her sisters.
Yes.
One thing I liked was that Reese was like, you know, you are like their baby sister, and the things you had to do for them, hunt, and like the way they treated you. He was like, I was just literally trying to like keep my cool and not flip out on everyone. I was just like, oh.
He was so bitter. He was looking at them and he was like trying to keep it together to be like, and you know what I really like too? Cassian.
Yeah, he went in.
Cassian really stood up for Feyre and was like, do you know the shit she died for you guys? Like what she did, not even back then, what she was doing for the family, what she did on the other side to get,
for our kind.
Yes.
Yeah. And like, what she's trying to do for you now.
Yes. Yeah. And so Elina is a lot more receptive. And Nesta is a little bitter bitch.
I feel like Nesta's going to turn around. I could see her. I feel like her little banter she has, you know, I think she's either, I don't know how other people could turn into fairies, but I think they will eventually.
Okay.
I think her family would be like a little power. I mean, I don't know where her dad
still-
falls in this though. He's away.
I'm still waiting for Mama to come out so we know the connection because there's something. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to find out the mom's piece of the puzzle, whether she's alive or not. There's something.
And I feel like her mom knew she was special. That's why she
Yes.
asked her to take care of the girls. Why she needed to hunt. I'm telling you, I think her
100%.
daddy's not her daddy. I think
Maury.
I think she's like
Hello,
half
Maury.
Fae. I think she was half Fae before she even turned Fae, and that's why maybe she came back so powerful too. Which obviously
There's
I know. Because,
something. That's why I'm saying like there's a piece with the mom like that we don't know yet. And Elena is betrothed to get married
to some doucher
who hates Farrah's kind. But they do eventually kind of negotiate that like that, you know, they can stay in the house. They came around. Elaine had to talk to Nesta, and they're basically letting them, you know, use this as a way to speak to the mortal queens. They're trying to figure things out. They need people on their side. They need to work through things. So it was nice to like tie in her family again, because like that piece was kind of left on hold and on the side, and we didn't have answers. And now she could like show them who she was now. And again, Cassian really was the MVP in that moment for me. Like how he went in and was like, listen, like you need to understand and have some respect here for like her sacrifices.
And then that thing came and took her.
Oh, the adder.
The adder, yeah.
Okay, so our girl was a little bit, you know, her head was in space. She's writing notes back and forth to Reese Poo. And then she was off guard. So the adder came and attacked her.
And they left her alone on purpose.
Yes. And she, you know, they got a lot of answers out of the adder, though. So they found out, like, the king is looking for Farrah. The king wants Farrah. The adder could, and they know that, you know, the adder was telling the truth. And they, because they're interrogating, and the adder was saying how there are a lot of people coming. Like, there's like, how big is the army? And they were like massive in every part. You know, there are people on our side. It's coming soon. Did not know why the king wanted Farrah so bad, though. They didn't find out anything about the Book of Breathing yet, or like, you know, his search for it. So like that part remained unanswered, but we do know like people are after her and they know what's up.
What do you think is going to happen? I mean, I have theories, but what do you think the king wants her for?
He wants her to, I mean, something with, so the king, we know the king of Hybern wants to resurrect Jurian. So she's like some kind of key to this cauldron, to the Book of Breathings. Like she can do, I feel like she's going to be the key to like using that to, in whatever way, like his advantage to get things that he wants. Like she's a source of like power. She has abilities that she may not even know yet that like she's capable of. So
she's going to be important regardless, whether it's like to stop the war, to, you know, even like fight it, you know, kind of strong, like kind of mentioned, or bring someone back from the dead. Like maybe they need someone that was a human turned into Fae, like, you know, the blood of someone.
Well, that's why they said like it has to be somebody that's not of the earth to like deal with this.
What if that's
she's
her
not.
father? No, he can't be. He died a long time ago. Not the king, Jurian?
Oh, yeah.
No, but I don't think he could be.
I don't know. But what do you think? Do you have any other theories about like what?
I agree with you where I think she's going to be important somehow, but I think the king either wants, like maybe he has someone that can tell him the future and like this girl will be the one to stop you, so he's trying to get ahead of it, or she may be the key to bringing someone back from the dead, or maybe he just wants to see how powerful she is. Like maybe he wants to like reproduce with her.
Honestly, yeah, like I think people want to use her for her abilities, and like she's one of one, like so she's, you know, we already knew this, and like people want to breed with her, so that's definitely something. So I mean, we'll see with that part. I've been waiting like for more action between Reese and Farrah. Like we're already shipping them and nothing has happened yet. And I'm like, let's fucking go.
Nothing's
We're
gonna happen.
on chapter 31. Yes,
for a while. I feel like it's gonna be like the last 2 chapters, and they're gonna hook me to read the next one. They need to stop playing with me, Sarah, because you're moving real slow for me right now, and they need to
Too
move
much
quicker.
foreplay,
Yeah,
no action.
Yeah.
And I was dying though with the notes. Like she gets in bed. I wanted to kick her ass. Like he was like, "Oh, like come lick my wounds," and she's like, "Lick your own wounds," and he's like, "I want you to lick them," and she goes, lick where. And then they were going back and forth with that, like at bedtime. And he's like, I want you, like, you can lick wherever you want, like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, bitch. And then she just said, good night. And I was like, you fucking
I
idiot.
know she knows me.
And then the next day, or not the next day, but whenever it was that they went out, and her and Azriel were having a little competition, like guessing which girl is going to go present herself to the High Lord, to Rhysand, to try and go home with him. And she said that, you know, Azriel was guessing right every time, but like Rhysand was like very politely rejecting them and whatever, like just still being like a gentleman, and rejected every single person who like made an advance towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sitting there and she made a comment and she's like, I wonder if, like, you know, he's been with anyone since Amarantha, or if he even wants anybody after that trauma to like be in his bed with him. And I was like, bitch, he wants you. He just made a move on you. He told you to lick him everywhere.
What do you think about the part where, what is the Tamlin's girl that he had there that was kind of like how
Ianthe.
that she tried.
We forgot about this part.
Yeah,
I wrote down in my
on him.
I wrote down in my notes, Ianthe naughty.
Yeah.
So we saw her true colors. She made her own advances towards Rhysand, and Rhysand ended up banishing her from his court.
Yeah.
So she ain't the best. We kind of knew, like, she was like playing these, like, she was playing
weird,
a role.
I thought I liked her. I was like, oh, she's like trying to help her out. Like, I could tell she'd rather be by Tamlin's side. Like, you could tell she wants to have power, and she's just like, oh, let me work my way up there, kind of thing.
For sure. Like, I fully believe that, like, now that Feyre is not there, that she is trying it or successful at being with Tamlin.
And once Tamlin gets that letter, he's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it. Moving on.
The letter. And it's crazy too, because like now she can fully ask right and everything. But I was dead at that letter. And I mean, she had, you know, I was kind of glad she wrote back. She did thank him, and, you know, she showed her appreciation, but she was like, you know, I'm in a different phase now, and I'm
not captured.
I left by myself, by my own free will. Like, I was not taken, because that's when they were finding out, like, what is the perception here? It was that, you know, people think that Feyre was stolen essentially from Tamlin by Rhysand, and that's not factual.
Yeah. And I'm happy she sent that letter. I mean, I hope it gives him peace of mind, but I don't think he's going to give up on her.
No. And it was funny because she was mentioning little moments with him. She was like, it really came full circle. It was a lot of the shit you were saying. Like, he just sat there in silence by Amarantha. She's like, he didn't try anything. He didn't try to kill her. He didn't try to help me. And the minute that he had a moment with me, it's not like he tried anything to save me, nothing. He tried to fuck me. She's like, that's what he did in the second that he like had down there.
She was logic. She was literally like, once I did what he needed, he was like, locked me up. That was it.
Literally. And I love how like she, even when they were like walking the streets and she heard the little music, it reminded her of like the music she heard in the dungeon. And she was like, Rhysand, like, you were the one who put music in the dungeon when I was about to break, because like she heard it was like a little bit of hope. Like, she heard some music in that silence. He had said something that really like touched me when he was like, my nightmares consist of like two things, like seeing Amarantha again, like that whole life that he was trapped in. And the other one is like seeing Feyre close her eyes at night and have those like terrible nightmares of like when she breaks, he said, like she sees darkness, like her light dims, he said, because she's sitting here thinking of the fairies that she had killed to free everybody, and it haunts her. And he said, like, you're gonna have to learn. They had like this talk about it. He's like, you're gonna feel this for the rest of your life. You're gonna have to learn how to deal with it. He's like, it's not gonna go away. And he mentioned that he said, you know, I feel it every day when I think about my mom and sister who was slaughtered and I had to bury them. And so we got that little nugget from that, but like she didn't push either when he said that. So we still don't know exactly what happened with them, but
yeah, I would be surprised. I know Sarah's writing another book, but I guarantee like they're going to have a family, because one of the things he mentioned in the last book was like, you know, I'm doing this for my future family.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And we learn he was never married. He's like, no one ever did it for me.
Yep.
And I mean, there's still a lot of books like that she does currently have out. I think this is 2 of 5 right now. And there's a 6th book coming out. Yeah.
I think it's 4.
Really?
And then the 5th one's coming out. I think I just saw it today on Goodreads. I think there's 2 more after this one. And then the Onyx one is what she's writing now.
No, there's 5 out.
Oh, there's one that's like a 3.5, like an in between.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I know that there's 5.
Let me see it. Yeah, the Frost one. That one's like a in between.
A Court of Frost and
It's mostly
Starlight?
just like in between.
How do you know?
I was looking on it on Goodreads today.
Oh, look at you.
So it's just like
research.
it's like more just like, oh, what's going on in their life, not like any significance happening.
Okay. Well, for next week, I guess we will see what is up. I'm excited to continue. I hope we get some action. Let me pull up the next section of chapters we have. Chapters 32 to 51 for next week's read in A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Amanda, do you want to plug our socials, honey?
Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. We're also on TikTok and Instagram at Book Please Podcast. Thanks, guys.